Okay guys, here we are at Mandurah Caravan and Repair Centre, picking up our Silverline. Let's see if they've corrected all the issues that we had. It's obviously very busy. I've just parked my truck there and not even sure where the van is. Hopefully up here somewhere, but look how packed it is. Reporting in on our 3-monthly Jayco service on the 22.68-5 Outback Caravan. Back outside we had these LED lights which ended up having a mind of their own and then they just failed completely. Now that's working, so press it off, on for white, on for the amber light, and then back. That one's been replaced, bearing off this there, and it was as I suspected. The nut was actually cross-threaded to the stud, so you can see that grey-looking stud. That's obviously the one that they've replaced. It's not like the CAD-plated ones, but anyway, new nut and stud replaced there, so happy about that. That saves me a job. And then around on the other side, we had these little bungee restraints on the gas bottle cover. They've both been replaced, and after the drive home they look like they're the right size because it's still attached. Before, when we'd go for a drive or when we were touring, we'd pull up after a day's driving to find that the cover was down like that and the gas bottles exposed. The ones that the factory had fitted were obviously the incorrect length, and yeah, they were kind of not securing the clips properly. I'll put some cable ties on those too, just to make it easier to remove. And then the other LED light, yep, perfect, amber and off, so both of those replaced. And in here, but that light wasn't working either, so quite happy about that. All three of those LED lights have been replaced and are now functional. And still out here, and the last major item that I wasn't happy with was the awning, and they have adjusted that. I tried that before I left. Not 100%, still kind of binds on this right hand end, but it's better than what it was, so I might just try it a few more times and see how we go. Anyway, that's about it, guys. I'll pull this last hub off on the other side there, paint the hub with my red high-speed paint, and just check the brake linings, give them a bit of brake clean and whatnot, and then get this wheel balanced and put it all back, and we're good to go. Okay, back. So this was the last wheel bearing that needed checking, greasing after our trip over east. As I say, I've done the other three, but I didn't do this one because that stud had a the nut was kind of cross-threaded onto the stud, so that's been replaced during the 3-month service. Now I'm going to just pull this hub off, clean it up, give it a coat of red paint, and check and grease the bearings. So I'll show you that once I get further into it. Okay, so just remove the cotter pin just in the bottom of the tray there. Now we'll just undo this castle nut and then slip the hub off. Check out the as found condition of the bearing, and no doubt I'm guessing this will be exactly like the other three. What I'll do is get this nut off. I'll just have to put this off because I can't hold it and pull the hub off, and then I'll show you the condition of the hub and the bearings. Okay, here we go. I've just pulled the hub off. can still see the brake dust over the brake shoes magnet. We'll clean that up with a bit of brake clean in a minute. But you can see the grease on the hub. That's after 14,000 Ks. I mean, it's still mint. And then looking down here, obviously class all nuts are right, but where's the camera? The bearing, that's the outer cone, and the washer obviously to retain it, but you know, even without cleaning it up, it looks quite good. And then the hub itself, don't know if you can see there, the outer bearing cone, just having a quick eyeball, looks quite good. And then the inner one, I'll knock that seal out and then pull that bearing out and just check it, but so far looking pretty good. And you can see even the drum, you know, there's no score marks or anything. The magnet looks like it's been running free. Oh, that's interesting. They've obviously used a different kind of wheel stud there. Smacked it to get it in by the looks, but should be fine. Okay, back inside the van. I'll just swing this camera around. Let me work out how to do that. That's better. Okay, just checking the warranty issues that we had inside. One of them was this leather fascia trim on the club lounge, and the gap that we had on the previous video, you know, was probably not quite half an inch at the other end there, but uneven. Anyway, that's been rectified by Mandurah RV and Caravan Centre, as has the other issue that we had in the ensuite. We had the cool white under cupboard lights, 1, 2, and then this third one was actually the warm light, so they've replaced that with a cool white as well. Unfortunately, we didn't get our shower door you know, clear to frosted tint thing fixed. There is apparently a down in that box, that white plastic box there, apparently there's a transformer and a control unit which they've ordered, but they're waiting in on parts. 3-month service cost. Where is it? As you can see here, I don't know if the light's that good. Basically, what was it? 530 bucks, I think it was. Yeah, $535. Probably cheap insurance, and with the amount of warranty issues that we had, I'm kind of, not glad to pay for it, but you know, feel better now that we've had a lot of those warranty issues rectified. As you can see from the list, a lot of them, or a lot of the checks that they do for the 3-monthly service are really just, you know, check this, check that, make sure everything's secure. This edge of the sliding door, this had kind of delaminated, that's been stuck on. That little bungee restraint too, that was just kind of pulled itself apart. That's been replaced, so yeah. Thanks everyone for watching. Please like if you did like it. I'm quite new to YouTube videos, but thanks everyone. Have a great weekend.